It's been consumed for nearly 1,000 years and lauded for its abundant antioxidant properties and other health benefits. Joining us to help us spill the tea on matcha is Ryan Littlejohn, founder and CEO of Holy City Matcha. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
So matcha, it is ancient. It has been around for a very long time. What is it exactly and what makes it so healthy?
Yeah, great question. So matcha has been around for a long time. It actually comes from a Japanese tea leaf. And the great thing about it is it's a powder form. So you consume the whole tea leaf and it allows you to get the full health benefits. It's grown in the shade. And so it allows you to have like lots of antioxidants and which are very healthy for you.
Sure.
And so it's wonderful to consume because you're consuming the whole tea leaf, getting all the antioxidants.
And that's something different from the regular tea that we steep, which would require hot water to extract all the flavors and the properties from it. But this is actually ground up, so you just consume the whole thing.
You consume the whole thing and you can make it like hot or cold.
Yeah,
just mix it well, and we'll go through that part.
Yeah, in a minute, you're going to show us how to make a delicious matcha latte. Is that what it's called? Matcha latte, iced matcha latte. It's a mouthful.
That's right.
It
is a mouthful.
But with matcha, there are different grades as well, right? So you want to use some for food, and what's the difference between the two?
Great question. Yeah, so food is more culinary. You use it in ice cream, cakes, and cookies, all kinds of things, different types of things. And then for culinary, ceremonial grade, actually, you want to drink that one, and that's the one that has the full health benefits because it is grown in the shade, and it's very smooth. It's not bitter. And so you'll find a different color. Like, so in culinary, it's a lot lighter, and then the darker green is more of the ceremonial.
And I was going to ask you, when you say the leaves are grown in the shade, what makes that so special?
Well, it makes it special because it allows to preserve the photosynthesis and the leaves, so it allows the tea to kind of not be, in the sun all year long.
I see.
It's harvested once a year. And so for ceremonial. And so they usually harvest it in the spring one time a year. So once it's harvested, they wait another year before it's grown. And they get the first tea leaves because it has the most benefits.
Oh, gosh. So you're really narrowing down onto something very specific.
Yes.
But it's drunk amongst millions, if not billions of people around the earth. So they must have a lot of groves that grow the matcha leaves.
I mean, Japanese have been doing this for hundreds of years.
Sure.
And they know what they're doing. And the other thing is they live a long time.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Well, it's true. And they're all thin, and it's also good for weight loss too. So
exactly.
Why don't you show us what goes into a matcha latte?
Sure.
Iced matcha latte.
Absolutely. So we're going to use my favorite oat milk, which is planted oat. So I'm going to start that.
All right. And you can use milk as well. Is that
You can. You can use
plant-based is better.
You can use plant-based or you can use regular. We do recommend plant-based because sometimes it can affect the antioxidant level if you use in the enzymes of a regular milk.
Oh, okay.
And so I like to recommend the plant-based. Now I have this whisk.
Yes.
It's very practical. It's really good for the milk.
Okay.
And so it's very practical at home. You can do this, but it's basically a drink mixer.
And you can get those at all kinds of stores too, where you can just whip up something, a cream or a latte or something like that. Yeah. And then if you don't have one of those, you actually have something that's more old-fashioned.
Right. You can. Yep.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned.
That's neat.
Yep.
And that's this. So what is this called?
So this is a Japanese whisk.
Okay.
So and it's very traditional for Japanese like to use it, but I mean you can use either one, but it's harder to keep it clean. So this is a bamboo whisk, and so in order to keep it clean, you just keep water on it, but you can't put soap on it.
Oh,
so it's not as practical as the one that I like to use.
Unless you want to be super authentic.
Authentic. So.
All right. Okay, so you put that in.
Put that in like that. So we're starting with the milk first.
Okay.
And then we're going to go, the ice will come last.
Okay.
And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of the ceremonial grade Japanese matcha.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is there's a filter. The reason we use a filter is because you want to get all the clumps out.
Yes.
So nobody wants to drink clumpy matcha.
That's right. So it's a sieve.
So it's a sieve, right? Yep. You do that. And then after you after you kind of get it to where you want it to be, it's nice and smooth.
Oh yes, I see that.
So-
And the color, it's so green. It
The
looks
color is so great.
beautiful.
And then I'm measuring with my cup here, so you really want half a cup.
When did you start your business?
About a year ago.
Okay.
So yeah.
What made you get into this line of work? What was matcha passion?
So my passion became, well, first of all, I have a health background, and so I was very passionate about something healthy, and I knew that I always wanted to start a business. And I'm very fond of Charleston. I wanted to connect with the people locally and find something that I could,
Well, I think it's wonderful.
make a difference. And
Do you have a tea room here?
a tea room
Yes.
in my house.
Okay.
But I recognize there's a gap in the market.
Sure.
So in Charleston didn't have a lot of high quality ceremonial grade tea.
Yeah.
And so that's how I decided that, you know what, there's a need, and I wanted to kind of capitalize on that.
And I love the idea that it's ceremony. We've lost ceremony in our lifestyles today, which I think it's nice to come back to basics and to help you with the ice. I can do that much. But it's nice to take the time to actually enjoy something and focus on your health and yourself.
Focus on your health and yourself. Yeah,
Indeed.
exactly. And
It looks delicious.
there's a lot of people
How
here.
beautiful. Do it if I try it? Okay. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that is really delicious.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have a ton of sharp flavors to it. It's got that umami,
Yes.
earthy flavor. You just feel like you're doing something good for yourself.
And the darker green is really good. You can tell it's ceremonial.
Gorgeous. And Ryan, you're implementing a barista program as well.
Yes, we are.
Teaching out to make these.
We are, yeah. So we're doing that's what we're working on right now, to help educate the local community about how great matcha is, and how to make it, because there's a lot more need to learn how to make it.
I love it.
So, and our recommendation is, if you want to add a sweetener, is agave.
Oh yeah,
Agave goes well. If you put honey in something that's cold, it's not going to mix well. So we really recommend
it's refreshing. It's delicious.
Yeah. Good.
Ryan, thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Cheers, everybody. Holy City Matcha.
Thank
That's
you.
up today. Back after this.